Guys, this is not a drill. Lego SpongeBob is actually back. I've waited 14 years for new Lego SpongeBob sets. And releasing September 1st, 2026 might be the best Lego SpongeBob set yet. In terms of looks, this blows the original Bikini Bottom sets out of the water, which I have a soft spot for those, don't get me wrong, but this is spot on for Squidward's house, SpongeBob's house, and even Patrick's house. They've never looked this good, and I think you could say that about the minifigures as well. We get some really prominent new pieces that include the heads of Patrick, SpongeBob, and Squidward, but like for SpongeBob and Patrick, it's even their bodies. This is also revealed with the worst Lego SpongeBob set yet, and of course it's the only cheap one out of these new 2026 SpongeBob sets. This BrickHeadz is horrifying. I don't know what they were doing here. And it's an uncanny, elongated mess. But let's look at the good stuff, though. I am so freaking happy about this set. Like, when I first saw this, I unironically started to tear up. SpongeBob is like a top 5 cartoon to me. I mean, I grew up with those first 3 seasons, and then eventually like the hype for the movie when that came out. Like those first 3 seasons, episodes were on repeat. They would just show every morning, and my brother and I would like watch the same episode 15,000 times. I love how this actually directly references another one of my favorite episodes. We'll get to that later. And Lego SpongeBob is a top 5 license theme for me. It had such fun minifigures with crazy pieces, crazy molds, and I thought for the most part it actually did justice to these characters. And then you had a relatively cheap array of sets. I wish we did get more back in the day, but these were also extremely cartoony builds, which I love cartoony play sets in Lego. It's something that's unfortunately rare nowadays. And this is everything I loved about that original theme, in my opinion, done much better, which that original theme I already adored. Rarely do we see a 2000s remake done so well in 2026. Only thing is $220. Yeah, that price is not great considering price per piece ratio and everything that's included here for size. Like, I'd look at this and I'd be like, this is $150. I'll bite the bullet this time though, because I'm in love with this set. I don't even know what to gush over first. Set, minifigures. All right, let's do the builds. The design of Squidward's house, 1-to-1 on that exterior. That is insanely well done. I absolutely love the execution here because look what we were left with back in the day. The last 2 iterations of Squidward House are embarrassing compared to how 1-to-1 they did this new version. I have 0 complaints with the exterior here. It's perfect, in my opinion. The windows are seemingly a new printed piece, which they also use on SpongeBob's house. And from my understanding, the door can open. Now, people might have a problem with this being a facade, but yes, this doesn't have a full back, and it's more of that dollhouse interior design where you could just kind of display it on the wall and not worry about displaying the other side. Still, I think that each level of this is so much better than what we got for the interiors of Squidward's house before. They have basically everything I would want in here. You got that first floor, which has bold and brash. One downside with this feeling kind of overpriced, there's stickers. That is incredibly lame, Lego. Get rid of the stickers in these 18+ sets if you're trying to advertise this as something so premium. I like the use of the King Pig crown for this little plant right here. The second floor has his bedroom, which is something we've never gotten in a Squidward house before. I have no complaints with this floor. I like the use of the cupcake piece for the lampshades. The third floor is the first time we're getting Squidward's bathroom. The third floor is the first time we're getting Squidward's bath. I'm thinking of the SpongeBob movie right away. I don't like how this is a sticker, especially one that's inside a panel piece. Those are always annoying to put on, but other than that, I love everything that's going on here and that they even include a toilet. Then you even have his tanning section on the top roof. I love that they included that. That's something straight from the show, so yeah. And you can see that they even have a sticker for Squidward's tanning reflector, which is on one of those laptop screen pieces. Great build for the most part. Those stickers I could do without. Patrick's house, also absolutely perfect from the exterior. I have no problems here. The weather vane build is especially clever, using a trident piece and one of those triangular sign pieces. You don't get it. I grew up with the 2006 one, where they used the big ugly rock pieces and it opened up from the middle. And first off, the big ugly rock pieces are not round whatsoever. And yeah, Patrick's house opened from the ground lifting up. And that's exactly what you have here with that like clamshell design in the new version. That's exactly how it works in the show. Thank you, Lego. And the design actually has an interior, which unfortunately sticker for the TV going on there. But other than that, love everything with this part right here. Another thing that LEGO nailed. Finally, there's the design of SpongeBob's house, which is the only building in this whole entire original SpongeBob line that we had 3 iterations of. Still leagues better for this new version than any of those previous ones. It worked for the time, and these were inexpensive sets, so I get it. But it always looked off. There was always these gaps, and it never had the exact, like, pineapple shaping, and you kind of had to make inferences that, oh, okay, yeah, I guess with context clues of minifigures, this is SpongeBob's house. No, this one freaking nails it. Like, this looks like the freaking pineapple house for the exterior. They got that pineapple design perfectly. And yeah, there are still gaps, but it doesn't look not like a pineapple. And I think that's what was so key here. They nailed that pineapple texture, and I love how they kind of like section off each of these parts, which are seemingly like plate and tile builds. It's very impressive. The interior is great as well. I love how they capture those 2 rooms. At first I was like, why is there gray right here? It looks out of place. And I'm like, oh wait, if you look at pictures, yes, the side walls of SpongeBob's room are gray. The bottom floor has that big seat that SpongeBob has in the show, which I love that. They do have a little bit more of a bottom section so that, you know, SpongeBob's legs could fit on there and it doesn't look like he's just standing on the seat. And then the design for the TV has like the fish announcer, which unfortunately is a sticker, but it's really nice to see that character there. And this is what I was saying earlier. They have the reference to the indoors. They include used napkin, Penny, and Chip. That's peak. That is absolute peak. It seems like Penny actually has a new exclusive print, so I'm glad that's in there. And the design for used napkin. That piece, I'm not even going to say anything. That piece just looks really funny. And that's actually the second time we're getting it in white, because apparently it was in a botanical set in white. And even the use of this oval piece, 1x2 tile, that honestly fits for Chip. Like, that was a clever part usage. I love that this is like directly pulling things from the show itself. There's also a clip to the left to hold SpongeBob's net. And then the top floor, the design has his bed, which was never accurately done until now. Like, there was an original bed, or I think it was like the 2009 one, where there was like a launching feature or something, but this looks straight from the show. And I think it's the first time we're getting this round piece right here, the lifesaver piece in this specific color scheme. So that's really nice. Which is funny because there's another lifesaver in this set and it's not that piece. Instead, it's a tile piece. But that's for the Bikini Bottom logo. We'll get to those side builds in a bit. But yeah, and then you also get like the alarm clock, which the build there is not even using any specialized pieces, and all the existing pieces they use actually make for a very nice and accurate build. I also love how they have like the little diving board going on in the back there with that like I think it's like a fence piece. Oh my gosh, this is peak. This is so peak. Oh, and there's a sticker for the blanket. And yes, the door to SpongeBob's house easily opens. But yeah, I love how they have like the bubbles popping out of this little chimney right here. Peak set, and the side build. So there's a little part with a clarinet stand. Unfortunately, the music sheet is a sticker, and we've seen that printed before, but I think that's a sticker because that's a reference. My friend saw leaked pictures and said that it's this part from the theme song. So music fans in the comments, let me know if that's correct. If that is, that's actually a really cute reference. And the clarinet build's actually pretty cute, just using some common Lego pieces. And then you have the side build for Jellyfish Field, which the original Jellyfish were just the chef's hat in a translucent pink. This one, being more of an elaborate build, works really well. You got one of those round pieces, the 2x2s in like one of those translucent kind of sparkly pinks. Then there's solid pinks at the bottom there for different pieces. That works. I just wish the Jellyfish Field sign was not a sticker. It does seem like there's a little play feature to twist around the jellyfish where you could just spin this little part at the bottom right here. And then they also have a boatmobile. That looks better than the previous versions that we've had. Like the boat piece integrates into there really well. And then for the Bikini Bottom signage, it seems like these are actually all, I guess you could call them macaroni tile pieces with prints on them. Like there's 2 prints that are distinct for lettering, and then the two in the middle, I believe, are the same print, just inverted. So yeah, that's pretty cool. The scenery around that is neat too. There's also a reference to Season 1's Bubble Stand episode with, well, the Bubble Stand. Unfortunately, 2 stickers are used here, and I wish those were prints. Anyways, as for the minifigures, the new SpongeBob body piece is incredibly interesting. It seems to attach to leg pieces where it must have some receiving holes at the bottom, because he seemingly just uses regular short legs, well, they're dual molded ones. And the side of the body has Technic holes so that you could use the same arms that they use for the Lego Minions minifigures. But this design has a new white base, which we didn't get with the Minions minifigures. When I thought of Lego making a new SpongeBob minifigure, I was like, okay, they'll just use that old piece and then make dual molded arms. But this actually subverts the need for dual molded arms without making it look too off. Since these are short arms that the Minions minifigures used, the design of this actually fits for the sleeves that you'd see on SpongeBob from the TV show. And it's almost like that little arm part right before the hand is the actual arm part that you see in the TV show, and then you have just regular Lego minifigure hands. It surprisingly works. I don't think this looks off, even if this is a little bit more white than you would expect from those sleeves in the TV show. The design here also is seemingly dual molded for this body piece. Like the brown of the start of his square pants goes all the way around the minifigure seemingly. You see that doesn't actually happen with the white, where the white is cut off with yellow still showing at the sides. That's really interesting, and I can't wait to get my hands on this minifigure. But yeah, the dual molded legs look great, even if he is missing his socks. I kind of do wish they maybe add a little bit of printing for socks there, but getting printing on that middle section of dual molded short legs, I don't think has ever been done, so I totally get it. And just like the original Lego SpongeBob minifigure, there's a stud at the top. Also, unlike the original SpongeBob minifigure, he doesn't seem to be a regular yellow. This seemingly is using the cool yellow or bright light yellow coloring. That's interesting, and honestly, it's closer to the show. The design of Gary, I think, is one of the worst parts of the figures. They don't have any printing on his eyes, which I think is a misstep if you ask me. I guess they can't print on a piece as small as the top of the cherry, but that is pretty annoying. Maybe they should have made a new piece. I'm also worried that his shell doesn't have printing on the other side, but there's no pictures of the other side of his shell. At the very least, you do get printing for this side of the shell. Unlike the original one, there's no use of dish pieces, and rather they use one of those bumper underside pieces. Printing on there looks fine. Oh yeah, there's a build for Gary's food bowl, which I can never get past the usage of that poop piece for things like food. The design of Squidward looks awesome. I mean, look, I love the original Squidward, even though it looked terrible. I love the Squidward that they updated with the molded head. This one seemingly has a slightly different headpiece, and you can see the color scheme is more accurate to the show. It's not using the same color scheme as the original Squidward. And the detailing on the head is so much better than that Squidward from 2009 to 2012, even though that one didn't look bad at all, but this looks like it's straight from the show. It's very interesting because I was always content with that Squidward headpiece that was introduced in 2009. I thought that was perfect, but looking at the new Squidward minifigure, I'm like, wow, that had a lot of room for improvement. The new Squidward minifigure is perfect. Seeing how they capture the roundness specifically with the nose and the head there, it's done in a less sharp way than that original figure was done, which made it look off looking at these two side to side. Like, this is absolutely perfect. Lego cooked. And the color scheme and everything here kind of reminds me of Season 1 Squidward, if I had to be honest. And that's something I could actually say with the other characters in this set. Well, the other 3 minifigures. We'll get to Doodlebob in a bit. The design here has printing on his feet, which is something that the original Squidward didn't have. I also love the dual molded arms, which is perfect. And then Patrick, who is the first minifigure who leaked, has a completely new headpiece. The original Patrick minifigure just had a specialized piece for the head. This is a head that also has a belly going on. Bring more chubby minifigures, dang it, like Bombor from the Hobbit line. But the design is awesome in my opinion. This gives me vibes of like the Peely minifigures we get on how that wraps around the torso. But yeah, I also love the dual molded legs there with his swim trunks. Okay, so Doodlebob is included in this set. He is not a Season 1 character, but that's totally fine. I love Doodlebob. That's a fantastic episode. The design I don't completely love, and it's not even like the body build, which is not like a minifigure. Like, this is kind of a brick build that is a part of the Squidward's house fixation here. I mean, you could easily remove him, but they don't even advertise him as a minifigure at the top. Not that that really matters. But the one part I don't like is that his body is stickered. That is quite annoying. It's seemingly a sticker on a 2x4 tile, but yeah, that should have been a print. Like, come on, he's a character. But I love the brick-built pencil that he's holding. I love the use of stuff like the top of the bucket piece, a little bucket handle. It even seems like he has the stamp piece, as I call it, that 1x1 for his legs going on there. And I think it uses one of these pieces to connect that in kind of a studs knot on top technique for the bottom part of the body there. Yeah, honestly, I think this is my favorite set of the year. I don't own it yet, but I am in love with this set. And it's one of the few LEGO sets, again, that's an improvement. It feels like so many times LEGO goes backwards, especially with licensed sets. This blows all those original Bikini Bottom sets out of the water, pun intended. Even down to the minifigures that I didn't think needed improvements for the most part. These are way better than what we got before. Only thing is, the price, I think, again, is steep at 220 bucks, and the excessive use of stickers. Even the price doesn't feel like the worst price thing out there. Like, there's sets that feel ridiculously overpriced. This one's just like, okay, it's pretty overpriced, but it's so cool that I wouldn't really complain. And you're still getting a lot of stuff going on here with side builds and everything there, and some really premium minifigures. Okay, now we gotta talk about whatever the heck this is. LEGO, what are you thinking? Yeah, a BrickHeadz SpongeBob set. It's $13. Again, it's incredibly frustrating that this is your cheap alternative to a new LEGO SpongeBob set. Funko Pop ripoff, and one of the worst Funko Pop ripoffs to boot. Just release like a minifigure set for like $20 to $30. Heck, overcharge for $40. I don't care. Why are we always stuck with this? But yeah, this one's hilariously bad. For some reason, they decided to add more of the eye design than any other BrickHeadz. Like, look at Homer, who is a similarly big-eyed cartoony character. They stuck with those 1x1 BrickHeadz eyes, and they didn't add this 2x2 of the jumper circular tile plate, whatever you want to call it. And they added that here, and it makes this look straight up creepy. Like, if they just use those regular BrickHeadz eyes and modded a little bit of that forehead part, this would look fine. It would look like other BrickHeadz, but yeah, this just looks horrifyingly uncanny. It looks off in every way. And for some reason, he's like this rectangle that looks way too big. He looks like that brain rot AI, whatever, Tong Tong, whatever the fudge. Like, yeah, that's what it's giving me vibes of, and I don't like that. The design has also this 1x4 print, and the printing for the brown doesn't continue to the side right here. And while that was something that's also present on the minifigure, where it's like, okay, that printing doesn't continue to the side, it looks way off and cheap right here. And then you have no more presence of these hole pieces. Like, the only holes you see is on the front. Even the back, which has towel pieces, there's no holes or anything, and then you just have these plates. It looks like a bootleg, honestly. It's really terrible looking, if you ask me. And it's $13 for 72 pieces, which is a terrible price per piece ratio. Yeah, there's some exclusive prints. And it makes me sad because you look at the box here and it's like, geez, this is a 10 plus set. This is how a new LEGO SpongeBob SquarePants box would look if it wasn't that stupid black icons background that they use for 18 plus sets. I really wish that they made just a regular line of minifigure sets that were, you know, around this age range, or they could even be younger and stuff like that. But again, I'm very happy with this icon set we have, which is like the most accurate we've ever seen these buildings before. The BrickHeadz is an afterthought, and I'll just ignore that because I don't even like BrickHeadz in general. I think I've done enough gushing over the SpongeBob line. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with the hype here, or do you think I'm just overrating it because of nostalgia, or do you fall somewhere else? That's what the comment section is for. If you enjoyed this video, click the like button and click the subscribe button. I'll always give you my honest LEGO takes, you know that. This is one time where LEGO really hit it out of the ballpark for me. Oh, and check out all my old LEGO SpongeBob reviews. I've done most of the sets. I'll see you later. Peace out.